Good morning.
Morning.
I'm Amanda Ray.
Ashley Pompa.
And here's our lesson. Okay. Good morning, boys and girls.
Good morning.
Today I'm going to start off by reading you the story of Hansel and Gretel. Has anybody ever heard that story before? Or at least the title of it?
I think so.
You think so? Okay. Well, I'm going to start off. It's called Hansel and Gretel. There's no pictures this time. It's just a really, really short story. A poor woodcutter and his wife had 2 children named Hansel and Gretel. Their mother died when they were very young. Hansel and Gretel were very sad. Soon their father remarried, but their stepmother was very cruel. One day she took the children deep into the forest and left them there. Clever Hansel had some breadcrumbs in his pocket and had dropped them on the way so that he could find their way back. Alas, the birds ate all the crumbs, and they couldn't find the path that led back home. Hansel and Gretel went deeper and deeper into the forest. They were hungry and tired. Finally, after walking for a long time, they saw a cottage made of chocolate, candies, and cake. "Look, Hansel, a chocolate brick!" shouted Gretel in delight, and both ate it hungrily. Now, a wicked witch lived there. When she saw Hansel and Gretel, she wanted to eat them. She grabbed the children and locked them in a cage. The witch decided to make a soup out of Hansel and eat him first. She began boiling a huge pot of water for the soup. Just then, Gretel crept out of her cage. She gave the wicked witch a mighty push from behind, and the witch fell into the boiling water. She howled in pain, and she was gone instantly. Hansel and Gretel found treasures lying around the cottage. They carried it home with them. Their stepmother was gone, and their father welcomed them back with tears of joy. They never went hungry again. So what did you guys think of that story?
It was crazy.
It was crazy, wasn't it? A lot happened to poor Hansel and Gretel. So what we're doing today is we're going to take our story of Hansel and Gretel, and we're going to find what's called the main idea. Does anybody remember from when you were in second grade or when you were in first grade anything about the main idea?
Like words in a story.
Like words in a story, that's correct. The main idea is the overall purpose of the entire story. And how you find the main idea is you look for clues or details within the story to help you find the main idea. And one big clue that sometimes might help you to find it is the title. So what was the title of our story?
Hansel and Gretel.
Hansel and Gretel. So Hansel and Gretel. Now, if this was my first time ever seeing this story, what might I be able to find just off the title alone? What might be a clue?
They're a boy and girl.
That they're a boy and a girl? Could they be brother and sister?
Yeah.
What else could they might be?
Husband and wife.
They could be a husband and wife. But what do we already know about the story?
They're brother and sister.
They're brother and sister. So that's a big clue that they might be the 2 main characters, right?
Right.
So the story might be about Hansel and Gretel. So then we're going to go in even more into the story. And we're going to grab our highlighter. And it's important to highlight your main details within your story. So what was one detail we remembered about Hansel and Gretel?
They got lost.
They got lost. So I would go in here and I'd find that they got lost. So I would highlight that. What's another thing that might have happened to them?
They were hungry.
They were hungry. What's another detail?
They ate the house.
They ate the house. So what happened after they ate the house?
A bad witch came out.
What'd she do to them?
She was mean and she was spoiling the boy.
She was. So the first detail of the story that helps us to find the main idea was that they got lost. Now, when I'm writing the detail, I don't have to write a full sentence. It's just maybe just a couple of words just to give me an idea of what my detail is, what my clue is. So you don't have to write a complete sentence. So what's another detail?
They ate the house.
They ate the house. What's another detail?
They were hungry.
They were hungry. Correct. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take all these clues and all these details, I'm going to put it together to make one sentence, which is my main idea. Now the main idea, that needs to be in a complete sentence. So the main idea of all of Hansel and Gretel is that Hansel and Gretel got lost and hungry, so they ate the gingerbread house. Okay? So they got lost and hungry, so they ate the gingerbread house. Got it?
Yes.
All right. So how many clues did I need?
3.
You just need 3. Now maybe later we'll have more details, but just for now we just need 3. So now what you're going to do with a partner is you're going to get a story kind of similar to Hansel and Gretel. It's not going to be Hansel and Gretel. And what you're going to do is you're going to take your highlighter and you're going to read your story with your partner. You're going to have 2 stories actually. So you're going to read one story and then your partner's going to read another story. And read them out loud to each other. And you're going to highlight the important details or clues that help you to find what the main idea is. You can even highlight the title. That might end up being one of your clues. You never know. And then you're going to get one of these. It's a nice little flower.
That's cute.
Thank you. And write your title right here. And write down your 3 details. Do they have to be in complete sentences?
No.
No, they don't have to. It can be just
the main idea.
It can just be a couple of words in your detail. And your main idea is does that need to be a sentence?
Yeah.
That does need to be a sentence. Correct. So you're going to get one of these. You'll have 20 minutes to do this, okay? Do you need me to repeat that again, or are you good?
I think I'm okay.
Do you have any questions? Does anybody have any questions?
Where do we put the title?
Where do you put the title? You're going to write it right here. It doesn't say title, but you're just going to write it right here, okay? And make sure you put your names. I forgot to tell you. Make sure you put your names right here, okay?
Okay.
So you're going to work with your partners. Does one person read both stories?
No.
No, everybody reads their own story. Okay. So here is your little packet of your 2 flowers. And make sure you're going to highlight, and I'm going to walk around making sure everybody's working nicely with one another. I want to hear lots of working together. Brainstorming. All right. Oh, I see lots of working together. Lots of working together.
Can I highlight the answer?
If you want to, you can. Okay, so you're going to turn in everything when you're all done. You're going to come up to the front and tell us what you found. I'll call on a couple of people to come up to the front if they want to share.
Okay.
Okay, you guys have about 5 minutes left. And just raise your hand when you're done so I can write down everybody who's done.
Miss, I think we're done.
You're done? All right, looks like everybody's done. So Ashley, would your partner like to come to the board?
Yes.
Okay, so you're going to read to us what you found, and then you can write on this little board right here what your main idea of both stories is. You can use any color you want.
The first story we had was Spot the barn cat. And the 3 details we got was he liked living in the barn, it was warm in the winter, and there were mice to chase. So we came up with the barn was a good place for Spot the cat.
Oh, and I like how you put that in a nice sentence for us. So I can look at that and know what the exact main idea of your whole story is about. I know what the purpose of the story is about. All right, go ahead and do the next one.
Okay, the next one was Saturday at the carnival. They rode many rides. ate popcorn and hot dogs, and they were excited to see the shows.
Oh, okay. So what was the main idea of that
So
one?
that main idea was the carnival was on Saturday. And this was in our title, Saturday at the carnival.
And it was in your title. So your main idea and the carnival on Saturday was in the title already.
Yes.
So you didn't have to do a lot of digging to find that one.
Not too much.
But this one, the Barn Cat one, you had to do a little bit more digging, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yes, that's correct. All right. Let me go ahead and have that, and we'll turn that in. All right. So it looks like we kind of have a really awesome idea on how to do main idea. So we're just going to go over it one more time so that way everybody in the class has a clear understanding. So we're going to look back at Hansel and Gretel. When we read the story Hansel and Gretel, what might have been one of our first clues about Hansel and Gretel before we even wrote these
The
three clues?
title.
The title. What was it about the title?
That they're boy, girl.
A boy, girl. So before we even read, we knew that it was going to be about at least two people, right?
Right.
Yeah, and when we read more, what did we find out about these two people? They
The
were
3 details.
the 3 details, but what were Hansel and Gretel?
Oh, brother and sister.
Brother and sister. And so what was one detail we found? One clue.
That they got lost.
They got lost. What was another one? Let's go in order.
Then they were hungry.
They were hungry, and what was the last? What they do once they were
ate
hungry?
the house.
They ate the house. Whose house was that?
The Wicked Witch.
So she wasn't very nice. You said wicked, so she must not have been nice.
No, she was mean.
She was mean, wasn't she? What'd she want to do?
Eat them.
Eat them. Who saved the day? Do you remember?
Gretel.
Gretel did. Good job. So what was the main idea of all of Hansel and Gretel?
They got lost, and so they were hungry, and they ate the gingerbread house.
If you were lost and hungry, would you eat a gingerbread house?
Oh yes.
Yes. All right. So you're going to have a little bit of homework tonight. I want you to go home and maybe when you go to bed tonight and you have your bedtime story, read the story with whoever you read the story with and say, oh, I know what the main idea of that story because of this, this, and this. And maybe even title. Maybe you're using the title as your first one, okay? And then you're going to come back and you can tell us all about it, okay?
Yes.
How does that sound? Sound good?
Yes.
All right, I want everybody to give themselves a firecracker high five. You ready? I'm going to show you. This is a new one. You're going to go. Ready?
Ready.
Ready? 1, 2, 3. All right, good job. Here we go. Thank you.